Well, hello there. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 59 of the What the Sheep podcast, where Alana and myself will be doing our final breakdown, kinda discussion, kinda thingy thing for Critical Role Campaign 3 before it premieres in roughly 6 days. 6 days and a couple of hours, actually.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Oh wow.
Oh jeez, it's coming up.
Man.
And like for the last What the Shit episode that we did, we kind of talked about how it felt like so soon that it was approaching. But now that it's less than a week away, it's like it's even more so soon than it was before.
Oh no, I'm like it's so far away.
Yeah, now we're kind of like blending those two things. Where it's like it's so soon, but also it's 6 days. Gotta go through 6 days. Oh man.
It'd be nice to have a way to pass the time again, a way to like recognize the passage of weeks again, as what Critical Role is for a lot of people. Yeah,
and that's such like a big thing of Critical Role that I feel like isn't really said a whole lot. Is that Critical Role becomes such like a normal and big part of my week personally and stuff. It's something that I look forward to at the end of the week. You know, like my weeks are pretty much marked by Critical Role. You know. Yeah. Typical, like, you know, Monday through Friday, that's someone's week, but mine's like Thursday. That is when my week starts. That is when all the hype begins. So it'll be nice to get back into that rhythm of, you know, being excited for Critical Role to come back and watching the episodes, having the podcast, making the videos, and just hanging out and having fun.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing that we can be excited for, because we got a huge, massive announcement the other day at New York City Comic-Con, where the cast of Critical Role had an interview done by Erika Ishii where they talked a little bit about Legends of Vox Machina, a bit about the process, the journey of all that stuff. But then at the end of it all, we got a nice little cinematic, which I'm guessing is going to maybe be like the intro for the show.
I think it is.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's the intro video.
Yeah, that's pretty hype.
That is. Oof.
But the other thing that we got, is the release date.
Oh yes,
February 4th. February 4th, 2022. That's in what month is it? October, November, December,
like
January, February. 4 months. Yeah, 3 months ish. 4 months.
Yeah,
around there.
Yeah.
Not terribly far away, honestly.
No, it's pretty close.
Yeah. And I definitely didn't expect it to be this year, but definitely Q1 for you know 2022, and yeah, right on the money. That's when we're getting it. Yeah. February 4th. Oh jeez. I remember where were you when you watched the announcement? What was going on in your day when you watched it?
It was 2 a.m. and I stayed up to wait for it.
Like a true fan.
Yeah, I was a mess because it was 2 a.m. I stayed up, I watched it, it was incredible. I was like messaging people in the Discord and I was tweeting about it. And then I stayed up for another 4 hours making clips, like making videos about it. So I got up the next day pretty wrecked. Well, I kind of got up. It was more like a nap and then I woke up again. But no, it was very good. I was very excited. Oh, it looks so good.
It looks so good. So good.
The animation style, just the kind of feel for it. Them, like, saying how it is adult animation and they're keeping it kind of true to their style of humor and their style of drama. And you see it a lot. You see a lot of, like, fantasy animation. And, yeah, it does kind of have this dark and, you know, grumpy kind of tone to it with fantasy animation, but then it's always accessible for kids. So it's nice to have like a fantasy animation that is adult orientated, but also going to be humorous in part. Yeah, like
for sure.
And of course it's going to be campaign 1, which we know and love. So yeah,
I know. Like it's so amazing that we finally know when it's coming, and we got a nice little glimpse at. You know, just an overall vibe for it. I loved when they were standing, when they were all standing up on like a mound or like a cliff face, and the camera was rotating through these different like terrains and stuff.
So so cool.
Oh my gosh.
I
loved it.
We saw like Zephyra, we saw what maybe was like the Underdark, maybe? Like with, I don't know if they're doing that story. I don't know if they're going to tell the Craghammer stuff.
Yeah, do we know all of the stories? Because Briarwoods is obviously the main one that's going to be there.
From what I understand, it's the first 2 episodes are new stories. It's kind of like a get to know the characters, something that wasn't seen on stream.
Gotcha.
And whether or not it's something that actually happened in the home game, I'm not certain. But it's two out of campaign games, and then it's the Briarwood arc, which I think is going to encompass the majority of the season. So I'm not certain we're going to get really anything else other than the Briarwood arc. Obviously, there was like little things here and there in that arc that was a bit separate to it. Like we obviously got, well, no, that's all Briarwood arc. I was going to say we obviously got like Percy's stuff. I was like, wait a second, that's the Briarwood arc.
That's both. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm just so excited. Like we saw the picture of like Silas and what Silas looks like.
Woo.
But then we've got like Delilah still to come. We've got Cassandra still to come. We've got Ripley still to come.
Oh my god.
Oh, what's his face? What's the demon's name? I can't remember now.
Orthax?
Yeah.
It's crazy for me too because I'm in the process of writing scripts for the Briarwoods and Ripley for like my little lore thing that I'm doing. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Because now I'm like deep in their lore right now.
Yeah.
So oh my god, it's gonna be. I'm so glad they're doing the Briarwoods first. That is the smartest. I mean, obviously it makes sense because it was at the beginning of the campaign, but the Briarwood story is just so good on its own as like a standalone story that it just works so well.
Yeah.
Oh. It's got tragedy. It's got hot vampires. What more could you want?
Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's the list is 1 hot vampires and nothing else in the
yeah. Yeah. I mean, we saw Twilight cash in on that, and that did pretty well. So.
Yeah.
Why not continue that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only 3.5 months. I found myself. What was I doing? It was early morning. Well, not early morning. It was mid morning, and I was making an English muffin. I was frying an egg. And I had like my phone like propped up against the wall, and I was just listening in on it. And then all of a sudden, when they were wrapping up the interview, Matt was like, "And then we got one last thing to show you." And I put everything down. I was holding like my plate with like some my English muffin on there, and I was like mid bite. And I was like, "Oh, let me scurry over and grab my phone real quick and full screen wide angle this bitch." And I watched the amazing intro cinematic and obviously freaked out in the middle of the kitchen. The closest person to me was my mom, and I immediately told her, "Mom, Legends of Vox Machina is coming in February." She's like, "Nice.
That's nice."
Yeah, oh, that's nice.
You go enjoy your cartoons.
Yeah. But I was definitely really excited. I really want to do because we'll probably do like watch parties and stuff in the Discord. But I really want to get my younger sister Nina and we like watching shows together and stuff, and we've always wanted to do like reaction, like do sort of like a reaction channel and stuff for shows. And I think this one would be pretty good because not only am I interested in it, but I would love to share it with my sister and the rest of my family. So
yeah,
perhaps
that's perfect for that.
Perhaps some reaction videos to the Legends of Vox Machina will be coming soon. Well, coming in February, but you know, soon enough.
So yeah, so it's closer than you might think. Like it's gonna
come
around really quickly.
Like we'll be preoccupied with Critical Role that, you know, blink of an eye, February will be here.
It's just gonna turn up, and it's the start of February too, so it's like the end of the holidays for like us here. So it's gonna be like the holidays end, but then Vox Machina.
But then the real holiday begins.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Like I imagine they're going to follow the same kind of release that Amazon normally does, that Prime normally does, which is like they'll release 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
It'll probably be the 2 episodes that they've talked about that are the campaign, and then it'll be a weekly release, which is good. I think weekly releases...
I think it's better.
I want it all, like right now. But at the same time, weekly releases are good, I think, because they allow more discussion, you can get a little bit more in depth, it's, you know, people aren't like staying up all night to get through the series. It's like a lot healthier a weekly release. And the hype doesn't die down as quickly, I think,
Yeah.
with weekly releases. Yeah.
Yeah, and allows people to catch up, so that way, you know, like, a handful of people don't binge the entire thing and then spoil the story for people who haven't fully caught up and stuff. It's definitely way easier. But it also is a bit tragic for those who do like to binge watch, because I think it's only going to be like the standard 21, 22-minute episodes. So you only have like a small little, you know, small show to watch for the whole week.
Yeah.
So I could see that being a bit rough for the binge watchers, but I don't care. I just want to. I want to see anything.
Just wait for the end.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
just don't
Wait
watch
till the day
anything and then
before.
wait for the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a double feature. That's probably maybe that's what. No, I won't do that. I wouldn't have the patience to do that. I'm gonna watch it as soon as it airs.
It's what we're doing at the moment with some shows, with like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Ted Lasso. Oh, I shouldn't have said the shows, because now people are just going to spoil it for me. But we waited till
Oh no!
And now we're binge watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. It's the same with Squid Game. Squid Game's a big one right now. That's been going around.
Yeah, well, because that came out all at one go, so that was binge worthy. Also,
I'm only on episode 2.
I haven't finished that one yet.
Yep, neither have I. Anyways, I will not be looking at chat anymore. Now I trust y'all wouldn't post spoilers, but I know some of you are a chaotic bunch. But anyways, moving on.
Yep.
Yeah, super excited. What do we think like a season 2 could hold? Like the next like biggest story arc that comes to mind is the Chroma Conclave. But there is like a lot between the Briarwoods and the Chroma Conclave, but I feel like it's a lot of just like loose story arcs that happen.
Yeah, it does set up a lot of character relationships, that bit between the Briarwood arc and the Chroma Conclave, because there's like a lot of animosity between like Vax and Grog in that time period. Between like Percy and Vax, between Vax and a few people.
Was the whole Craghammer stuff in between?
No, that was before. That was before Briarwood arc. That was like the first stuff.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay.
So that was the like all the Underdark and Chlorota, which like I'm wondering like if they're gonna just completely miss Chlorota, because I love Chlorota, but you know they've talked about a lot about how they've had to cut things out, things that just don't make the cut, because it is 22 minutes and 12 episodes. They're going to have to fit a coherent story in, and they're not going to be able to spend that much time, you know.
Yeah, and it will be nice to get more like story out of it, because you know in D&D and stuff, sometimes like battles will take an entire 3 hours and stuff, but when you have a 22-minute
10 seconds
animated show, like obviously I don't think the fights will last 10 seconds. It'll be dramatic and drawn out and a little bit and that stuff. But it'll be interesting to see how they take away all of the filler and it's just progressive storytelling and not a whole lot of downtime and all that stuff. It'll be just really interesting to see the Briarwood story told in this way and how different it might be.
And also told from different perspectives.
Yeah,
because
that's a big one.
Show we're able to see things outside of the main character's perspective, from the main party's perspective. So being able to see like Delia and Silas plotting in their room, or like even their infiltration of Imon would be really cool. Them like getting to King Dwendal. That's not right. The king of Imon. King Taldore.
Taldore? Yeah.
Emperor Taldore? Are they
Emperor?
Emperor?
Sovereign? I think it's Sovereign.
Sovereign, yeah.
Sovereign Ural.
King.
Yeah.
Sovereign.
Just what are with these? Just use king.
Uriel.
Yeah.
Uriel Taldore.
Uriel Taldore.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear Uriel, I think of Oblivion, because the main guy in Oblivion was Uriel Septim or something.
Uriel Septim. Yeah, I was just thinking that exact.
Yep.
Wait a second.
the king that dies 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart.
Wait, he voiced him? Patrick Stewart? Yeah. Oh shit.
Well, no,
I think that is right. I think that is right. I think I actually knew that, but I forgot. Huh. Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if they actually got Mark Hamill to voice Vecna. Because I remember they talked about that like really early on. Like, yo, what if we got Mark Hamill?
Amazing. Because Vecna too was like a real bitch. Like Vecna
Yeah.
was like
True.
I think about like of him in Sprig's hut, and like I get an image of him like leaning in the doorway, like, "Oh, you little like, well done," like, like.
To be fair, that was cool though. That was cool.
Yeah, it was great, but he was like a little like nosy bitch. So.
Oh yeah.
Mark Hamill would be perfect for that voice. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because then I just think of like Mark Hamill as the Joker and Mark Hamill as Firelord Ozai and just how like good he is at capturing those villains. Oh, his Vecna would be so good. Please. Please, I hope. Because we might actually get some Vecna in season 1.
Yeah, well, yeah, because of the, I mean, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because
that might be like the different perspectives we see of like, we might see like Silas going down the, well, no, because that's like early Briarwood history of when Silas fell sick, and then Delilah had to bring him back, because that's when she made the pact with Vecna to bring him back.
I think we'll definitely get some aspects of it. I mean, they go to the ziggurat, and they're trying to summon the hand of Vecna.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh. 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 I'm just so excited. I hope that it is successful, because I know we're guaranteed a second season, but I hope we get more past that. Like, I hope it's successful enough that Amazon, you know, brings them on for more. And if Amazon drops them, hey, I mean, hopefully some other company decides to pick them up. Definitely see it.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Did you read the Variety article that came out the other day?
I didn't read the whole thing, but I read something where Travis said that they have a bunch of other stuff that's in the works right now, including a video game.
Including a video game.
Interesting.
What would a Critical Role video game look like?
That's what I was thinking about. So obviously they're a very small company, comparatively. I would not expect some like AAA title game. I'm guessing it's gonna like, you know, more on the lines of like an indie game, like indie developers and stuff.
Yeah.
Likely maybe like an 8-bit art style, maybe, because it's very simple, very artistically pleasing.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to think of even what type of style of game it would be. Like, cause
probably like a turn-based, like old like Final Fantasy, maybe.
Well, that's the kind of obvious guess. Because I was thinking like, you know, like a Larian Studios type thing with like a Divinity, Original Sin, Baldur's Gate kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they're quite busy with Baldur's Gate 3. I don't imagine they're picking up.
Oh my god! But like, I just imagine if they like contacted Larian Studios and was like, listen.
That would be
help us with it. That would be insanity.
The narrative of Larian Studios mixed with the narrative of Critical Role would be
so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then just the gameplay itself, like the term. Yeah, like, that kind of makes sense, but it's also like.
Just sucks that Larian Studios is, you know.
They're pretty wrapped up.
They're pretty deep into Baldur's Gate right now in the development of that game.
Yeah.
Oh, but imagine.
I've been playing so much Divinity Original Sin at the moment. It's so good.
That's one of the best games I've ever played. I've been loving Baldur's Gate 3, even though it's still in early access, but it's been fun. But in a perfect world, the perfect timeline, Critical Role collabs with Larian Studios to make an RPG. But they do have a good working relationship with the studio that did Pillars of Eternity. So maybe there's some kind of a collab there, maybe.
I'm trying to think of what that studio is called. Now I can't remember.
I can't remember. Is it Ravens? Is Raven in its name?
I can't even remember the name of the game you just said a second ago.
Pillars of Eternity. That would be my first thought. Obsidian. Oh, of course. Wait, Obsidian. Yes. That would be cool. But it maybe it's not like an RPG. Maybe it's some kind of, maybe it's a more like casual game, or I don't know. I feel like it would probably be more RPG, since, you know, it's D&D.
It would be cool.
But they might go a different route. A lot of people are saying dating sim. You know,
that's the campaign already. Like we.
True. The campaign itself is a dating sim. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be pretty interesting. That'd be pretty interesting.
Or it's like a Stardew Valley-esque, like city building with like
in Nicodranus.
Yeah.
Or where would be a good setting for that? I know the Zemni Fields are very farm-esque. Maybe it would take place there or something.
The Mirror Valley.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be down. Listen, I'm game for anything. All right, I'm easy. Just give me anything. It could be a little, you know, clicker game, and I'll play it. I don't care. An auto battler, those seem to be a big thing right now. As long as it's not, well,
yeah.
I wouldn't be too partial to a mobile game. I'd rather it be like a PC or console or something, like a Steam release. But I'll still take a mobile game if that's
kind of sounds more realistic now that you bring it up. Actually, like
true
game. That does kind of sound a little bit more realistic. Like if it's like a, you know, match 3 tiles to unlock a character.
Oh no!
I played the Magic like swap quite a bit, but. See how Battle Royale.
It'd actually be pretty interesting if they did like a trading card game.
Oh yeah.
Sort of deal. That'd be really interesting because I know a lot of them have a background in like Magic the Gathering and stuff, being nerds and such. That'd be really cool. So I love the card game genre.
Yeah.
So that'd be really interesting. Those are really hard to make though. So.
It's tricky to make it something unique. Like any kind of card game you play, that you're generally like, oh, this is this part of Magic, or this is this part of Magic, or like what part of Magic have they taken now? 'Cause Magic is kind of there a little bit. But no, it's exciting to think of what they could possibly do and what it would look like. I like the dream is like, you know, like Sucker Punch Studios or something like like a third person superhero-esque game, but that, you know, that ain't gonna happen. Let's be realistic. Or an MMO. An MMO.
Like, okay.
Yeah, they're easy to make, right?
So
like, they're not that difficult to make.
There's a game on Steam called Game Dev Tycoon.
Yeah.
And whenever I've played it, I always make it like Critical Role themed, where like each game I put out is like something to do with like the character's Critical Role or something. Yeah. But then when like you get to the later stages of the game, you can start developing like an MMO and stuff, and it's always a Critical Role MMO. And then you can like make expansions for it, and I made like a I always called it like Exandria something. I called it Exandria. Wait, I think I actually called it Exandria Unlimited before Exandria Unlimited came out. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oops.
Wait a minute.
Exandria Unlimited.
Hold on. I'll have to load up that save file after I end stream.
No, we can't do this.
Yeah, I need royalties. Hold on.
We can't do this, Nico. No, we're not bringing this to the sacred place.
Oh man. But yeah, MMO is super easy to make. I think that's probably what they're doing right now.
Yeah, 100%. Totally it's like, they're with Amazon, and Amazon just launched New World.
Yeah, they just launched New World. They're definitely ready to start another one.
Yeah, you get to pick, like, you know, your class, and you just, you know, bump into, there's Caleb, and he's the, I don't know why I did that.
Nice.
There's Caleb, and he's giving me a quest.
Yeah. He's here.
Moving on.
Yo, we have a special guest today. Liam O'Brien.
Fuck.
Making an appearance. Oh, no, it's great. But shifting gears now to campaign 3, more directly, we are 6 days away. So I'm interested to see what everyone's thoughts are on. Obviously, it's way too early to get a gauge on like the theme or what kind of vibe the campaign will have. So with campaign 1, it was very much like the hero story, the classical hero story, fighting it good versus evil, a climactic battle in the end, saving the world, that whole deal. But in Campaign 2, it was a lot more low-key. It was very more political. Things were morally gray.
Yeah.
Things were a lot more open-ended. There were a lot more questions and all that stuff. So I wonder what Campaign 3 will be, because we know Matt said that it's going to be like a totally unique experience. Throw all expectations out the window. So
just disregard everything we're about to say.
Yeah. So I don't even know. Are we qualified to even say what we think? Okay, listen. This might just be the angsty side of me, but I would love a very dark campaign filled with just dread and sadness and just death. Character death.
That's what we need after this year.
We just need more sadness. Just fuel my angsty side. But then also make it a dating simulator. That's
You just made me think of something. What if we have an evil campaign? What if it's an evil party?
Maybe.
And I'm interested to see that done, because I've always wanted to do like an evil campaign or an evil playthrough, but it's hard because generally, as a good person, it can be harder than justify your actions as an evil character. Because eventually, I feel like any evil campaign I do, it would always end with redemption and like being evil and. So I'd love to see.
Well, because it comes down to storytelling. Because just being straight evil all the time isn't the best storytelling. Not very compelling.
Unless they have like a curly moustache and then like meh, like all the time, then it's fine.
I lost my train of thought. Evil campaign, death, anguish, terribleness,
or even like some evil aligned characters.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You don't need to be. Again, like we said, you don't need to be chaotic evil, but you can be like lawful evil or like neutral evil, and we've talked before about how like alignment, it's make it what you want, but to some extent it is good to think about when building your character. I mean, we've seen evil characters. Travis's cleric from the Darrington Brigade was an evil character. He was like he was neutral evil, wasn't he, or something like that? I think. I think Macaroni Samsonite was an evil character, technically, like by alignment. But it's just
I can see it.
It's exciting to think of like playing a different campaign where you're not necessarily out for the greater good.
Oh, I remembered my thought before I lost it. The idea of like an evil campaign not being like a super compelling story, or like wanting to seek that path of redemption and stuff, and not wanting to stay evil the whole time. That's how I am when I play like RPGs and stuff. When I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do an evil playthrough, but then like halfway through I'm like, I'm gonna be good.
I will save this.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I won't nuke that orphanage instead. I'll do
it's
that.
Hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's
because
hard.
You want to feel good as the character you're playing.
Yeah.
It can drain you when you're playing an evil character for that long.
Yeah. I don't feel good when I nuke orphanages. It's just.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you admit that. Really.
Was that weird? Should I like?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. So the setting is going to be Marquette. We have seen a bit of it. Well, more than a bit of it. We've gotten a decent taste of Marquette from Campaign 1 at least. Not really any in Campaign 2. I don't even know if there was any mention of Marquette to a greater extent in.
Apart from maybe when they visited the Menagerie Coast and they learnt a bit of the history, maybe, or even learning. Oh, I might just be drawing from the guide here because it's kind of like blended a bit of what knowledge was learned in the campaign, what I've read in the guide, but like maybe bits of the Menagerie Coast history, a bit of probably not Ukatoa history, but like just like kind of where the Marquesian people came from and where the Menagerie Coast people came from, that sort of thing. Maybe. I don't think there was any... Maybe the occasional reference of like, oh yes, this is from Marquette or something like that. Or
we did get the Captain Andala, I think her name was, in early campaign 2. She made a cameo. Parents at one of the...
Yeah, was that early campaign or was that a bit later?
I think it was early. It was like one of the first times they were in Nicodranus, I think. Pretty sure. I think they met Orly. At
Oh yeah. Maybe. I vaguely remember.
I can't remember. But we did get a good taste of Ank'Harel, which I think is more or less the capital of Marquette.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So I mean, we got to see that, and we had a nice, mystery sequence with Ripley chasing one of the vestiges and all that.
From what I understand, and this is from just reading the guide and that sort of thing, Marquette is the name of the continent. I think, or is it the name of the country? Now someone's going to have to correct me, because my understanding was that it was the continent, but not every region of the continent is necessarily ruled by Ank'Harel, because you've got sections that are like their own regions.
Yeah.
So someone maybe needs to correct me if that's not correct, if Marquette is just the name of the country and there is a name. Marquette is I'm going to go with the first answer I see. Marquette is the continent.
There we go.
Yeah, so I'm wondering then if there is like a nation within Marquette is the capital of, or if Ank'Harel is just the unofficial capital of the continent. Because from what I understood, there were like different regions that were then, unincorporated or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the region where like Thordak came from. Like I know there's like a volcano down south, and that doesn't seem like it's necessarily... Who knows? We don't know. We haven't explored
the return of Thordak.
Yeah,
maybe
that's something I've been seeing a lot.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
cool.
Excited for more dragon stuff.
Yeah, what could be obvious? Okay, listen. Obviously, Tharizdun is going to be the big bad somehow. Obviously.
Yes.
And Oblivion.
Yes, let's not even go there right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it doesn't even have to be said. We already know. Yeah. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. But there was some interesting setup in Exandria Unlimited of some weird elemental stuff going on, and obviously the Plane Rider Rin from Campaign 2 setting up some interesting celestial alignment stuff. So I feel like it's safe to assume that maybe the celestial alignment stuff is going to play a factor in Campaign 3. That is what I'm going to go with leading into Campaign 3.
I hope so. Yeah. I really hope so, because that is cool, because we talked about that a lot at the end of Campaign 2.
Oh, yeah.
About how, is this like the beginning of a new age? Is it like some breakdown in the elemental chaos? Is there some freaky shit happening with the Divine Gate? Like, I want to see plane travel. We didn't get too much plane or travel in Campaign 2.
True.
We got a lot more in Campaign 1. I want to see that sort of stuff. And I've just seen Warforged Games has brought it up. There's some stuff in the new Unearthed Arcana, which is like gently suggesting Spelljammer stuff. Like, bringing Spelljammer into like 5e.
What's that mean? Spelljammer.
It's like dimension shifting, so like, or like universe shifting. So a Spelljammer Spelljammer is like a ship. It's like an Illithid ship, but it's like, well, it's an Nautilus, but it's a type of thing that allows you to travel between planes, travel between dimensions, and in other cases, it's like travel between the different D&D universes. So like Ravenloft and Ravnica and Faerun and all that sort of thing.
Oh,
which I don't think they would do. I don't think they're suddenly going to be like, hey, let's go to Faerun. Like, that'd be a bit odd. But at the same time, we might get some cool planal stuff. Planar stuff.
I'm down for that.
Exciting. Yeah.
I want to see more of the plane. I want to see more of the Feywild again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while since Feywild.
even the Shadowfell, like, because that was
too, yeah.
when they were there, it was very. They had a very direct path. They had to get to Thar and Fala, and that was it. They didn't have time to explore the Shadowfell, which is really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff in the Shadowfell to do and explore. So, yeah, it'd be nice if they went there as well, or even to the like elemental chaos, into like the elemental planes.
Yeah. Pandemonium. Let's go back.
Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, or like, oh man, any of the planes. I just love plane travel.
Give us all of them. Just do a tour. Do a tour in campaign 3. One episode. Go to all of them.
That's one of my favorite parts. One of my favorite arcs of campaign 1 was when they were going getting the gods' favors, and they were like traveling to the different celestial planes. That was really cool. I love that stuff so much. So yeah, I'd love to see some stuff like that, but just the concept of the planes shifting or converging. Because we have the divergence, now we need the convergence. Like,
oh yeah, coming together.
Yeah,
for campaign 3.
I like it.
I'm here for it. Speaking of campaign 3 even further, let's talk a little bit about the characters. Now, for the past month and a half, 2 months, we've had a competition type thingy thing going on, where you could vote on what you think the casts are going to play as for campaign 3, and we have some of those statistics, some of the polls, some of the stuff here for you on what the majority of people had picked. So I think for Twitter, we had about 160 responses.
160, yeah.
160 responses. And so Alana has amazingly put together all of the statistics and stuff in a nice little easy-to-read pie charts. So we'll take a look at... Do we want to take a look at Ashley's? Ashley's was the first one.
Yeah, so we've only released 2 so far. We're doing them one a day leading up to campaign 3. If you want to know the results. But yeah, we can look at the ones we've put out. Ashley?
All right. Yeah. So, this was the first one that we put out. So, 160 people. Let me see if this is the right scene. Yep. Oh, nope. That was the right one. That was the right one. Ashley, here we go. It looks a bit janky. I had to kind of like rearrange it so it would fit in the thingy thing. But here we go with Ashley. We have the race and class here. It might be a bit hard to see. I need to full screen it. Sorry for people who are on mobile. Not able to see too well. But we have a majority here that put Ashley as an elf for race, but a nice spread. It seemed like for the ones that I've seen so far, the main like 3 have been elf, genasi, and then like tiefling, half elf have been pretty interchangeable.
Elf has been very popular all round. Like, I think, elf has been one of the most popular guesses, I think, for most of the characters, on average. And I think it's just because there hasn't been an elf yet. I mean, there's obviously hasn't been a tabaxi, but if you're talking about the basic rules races, elf and dwarf are the ones that haven't really been explored that much. So they've been the more popular guesses through so far.
Let me open up in the original. But yeah.
Yeah, so we had elf. I realized when I did it, I probably should have specified genasi a bit more, like given the breakdown of the elemental genasis, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so genasi was next, but I liked the idea of rogue. Rogue was very popular. Rogue Ashley.
I think she could play well. I already can't remember what I think I picked sorcerer.
I can tell you, I have the list right here.
I know. I think the one I submitted, I put them all as elf monks.
Oh yeah, great.
I skewed it a little bit. Yeah, I kind of. Yep. No, but no, it's interesting. I hope someone plays a tabaxi because I think tabaxis are super cool. And obviously, you know, every party needs a rogue. Rogue is just such a classical D&D class. And I think Ashley could pull it off really well. But I do want to see Ashley as a more like charismatic character. I think she'd be able to roleplay that really well, and it'd be really interesting to see that.
Well, for the subclasses too, it was like Scout and Swashbuckler were pretty highly ranked for the rogue subclasses. We didn't get as many guesses for subclasses because that was an optional question people could fill in. So I think there was only like 90 guesses for actually subclass. And yeah, but it was Swashbuckler and Rogue were the more popular ones. Apart from Wild Magic, which I think anyone that picked Sorcerer for any of the characters said Wild Magic. It wasn't...
That's the best one. I don't know what to say.
I think people just want a bunch of Wild Magic Sorcerers in the campaign. I'd be
okay with that.
Because apart from like Tiberius in Campaign 1, we haven't had a Sorcerer in the party.
Yeah?
No, I was going to say like Zara maybe, but Zara was a Warlock, I just remembered. Yeah.
Well, I thought she was a Sorcerer too. Oh, well.
Was she? Yeah, but we haven't had a Sorcerer for Yonks, so I think Sorcerer was another very highly sought after class.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I guess Dariax in Exandria Unlimited.
Yes,
but in a long-term campaign.
Yeah,
not single.
100%.
Oh,
that was too recent to be remembered.
yeah, definitely.
It's like, oh yeah, that was that.
Oh, Exandria. Already though, Exandria Unlimited feels like it was so long ago, even though it. I mean, we had Exandria Unlimited sooner than Campaign 2, so.
Well, I think like it started. When did it start? Exandria Unlimited, was that like June?
I think so. It started relatively soon after Campaign 2 ended.
Yeah, man.
Wow, it's been time is a weird soup.
Time is a weird soup.
Anyways, so coming in at a close second place, we have Bard. Ashley Johnson as playing a Bard class would be pretty interesting as well. Obviously, a more caster-oriented role, very, very charismatic, but I feel like you can play Bard in a number of different ways. It doesn't have to be the typical, super charismatic, singing all the time, horny all the time musician. And I think Ashley, all of them are obviously very capable storytellers, but I'd be very interested to see Ashley's twist on a Bard character as far as storytelling goes.
And looking at Bard, I think a lot of guesses were for like College of Creation. Seems to be the most popular one, or College of Glamour. I'm not super familiar with College of Creation. I can't actually think of that one off the top of my head, but yeah, any kind of Bard.
Anything.
As you say, like charismatic
anything.
Kind of
and yeah, as Warforged Games in chat says, her singing in The Last of Us 2 is really good. So she definitely would have the the vocals to back up if she wanted to go like the singing route as far as Bard goes. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for whatever she plays. Next, we released Laura. On the Twitters. Let me open up that on my Twitter. I will switch scenes as well, and we can take a look at what the folks voted for as far as Laura goes. Pretty similar to Ashley as far as races go. The top three being Elf, Genasi, and Tabaxi. What did we have for other? Is that just
okay? For other, was that for Laura?
Yeah, because that was a 9%.
Oh, so other was pretty much if only one person or two people voted for it, I just kind of condensed it. Otherwise, the pie graph would have had like segments of it. So other was like
true.
The very low.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ones.
That makes sense.
We had a few that were like only one person voted for it. Like only one person voted Laura as an orc, for example. Shout out to... I can't read, it's so small. Shout out to Cam's Not Sad. Oh, that's good. Cam's Not Sad. Yeah. Was the only person that said orc for Laura.
But maybe they will be sad if Laura doesn't play an orc.
Oh, potentially. Oh
no. But, so, the race split is pretty similar to Ashley's, and I'm down for any of these. Again, I just want someone to play a Tabaxi, but I could see Elf. We obviously know Laura memed on elves a little bit, not needing the full sleep, not being able to put to sleep magically. There's, elves are pretty cool.
Everyone's an elf.
But the classes are actually pretty even.
Yeah.
You know, there's not too many that are very small, especially the top 3 and top 5 are all really close.
Yeah. And I think for this one too, this was the one where the combinations were tied, like the subclasses were tied. So it made it very hard to break it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty well, like, yeah, as you say, even for classes for Laura.
And 3 of the... No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, the combinations, they're the same. So we look at it? Yeah. But Warlock was definitely the most by 1. Sorcerer was next, like only by 1 vote. But I think it's just because a lot of people remember how she wanted to be a Warlock for campaign 2. I'm not certain she'll go Warlock because I feel like she kind of got that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What more could she get from Warlock except for worse spell slots?
True. That's why I feel like she might actually go with a sorcerer, because we know that she definitely took up a more like damage role as far as a cleric goes with Jester, and so maybe with sorcerer she might really want to feed into that, just wanting to deal like crazy damage with some really awesome spells. Sorcerer could definitely up her alley. Definitely see it.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I said. My guess for her was.
I've already forgotten. It's been a week.
I liked because I see a few people voted Paladin. I think that's cool. I kind of hope we get another Paladin. Paladins are a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I think Paladin is probably in like my top like 3 favorite classes, like D&D classes in general.
They're fun. They get shit done. Like
yeah, like I just think Divine Smite is like the coolest freaking thing ever.
Yeah,
you literally just get to smite bitches left and right. It's awesome. For a lot of damage too.
We had a lot of, like I said, Warlock, Sorcerer, Paladin. We had 1 Blood Hunter guess. We had the single Blood Hunter.
Maybe that'll be it. Maybe that'll be the one.
Maybe that'll be it, yeah. An Elf Blood Hunter guessed. Shay.
Shout out to Shay.
Shout out
Congratulations
to Shay.
For being a prophet.
Yeah. Yeah, if we have our Elf Blood Hunter, Order of the Lycan. Sorry if I'm voicing your guesses and you don't want me to. I feel like you don't want a public forum, so they're free game.
Yeah. It would be... I would like to see a Blood Hunter, though. Since we kind of got teased with it with Molly. But then, unfortunately, some stuff went down and we didn't get to see a Blood Hunter progress through their levels, so it would be pretty cool to be able to see that again. But, you know, sometimes things happen. Characters die.
I will say, like, a slight reveal of future results. A lot of Blood Hunter guesses for Travis.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of Order of the Lycans.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, all of them were Order of the Lycans except for one. One was Profane Soul. But every
and that could be it.
Blood Hunter was Order of the Lycans.
Oh my god. How did I not even think of that? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Of course. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. No way it's not. There's no way it's not. That's the best timeline.
Vampire, idiot, werewolf.
Oh my god, please. Travis, give it to us. But yeah, so an interesting spread for Laura. I'm definitely interested to see guys what she's going to bring to the table, as always. And we have one last one to reveal for you all. This one has not been released to Twitter yet. However, when this does get uploaded tomorrow, it will likely already be revealed. So this is specifically for the people who are watching live right now. You get a little sneak peek at, who did we start? Liam. At Liam's guesses.
Alphabetical.
Oh yeah, look at that. Easy. So yeah, this is a special little treat for those who are tuning in live right now. Let's take a look at Liam O'Brien's pie charts. Look.
Let's look at Liam O'Brien's pie chart.
Let's take a look.
Sounds dodgy.
So we got some clear winners here, as far as guesses go.
We started to get more like the some of the players were very divisive and some were very decisive. Like, yeah, it's pretty.
I'm actually interested in the fact that. So, Wow, this is interesting. So obviously dwarf for race is the number 1.
Yes.
But then the other takes up 13%. It seems like there are a lot of like 1 and 2s like votes for just like random races.
There are a lot of random races. I did include every playable race, except I forgot one, and people called me out on it. I did forget to put fawn in there, but there was a lot. Like there was someone voted Gith. We had a few Kenkus, a lot of Kalish stars, I should say. Very few human guesses, which I thought was interesting. Only 3 human guesses, which makes sense. He's just played a human.
Warforged is up there at 12 votes. Which is interesting.
Yeah, Warforged was popular. We had like a lot of Minotaurs. It was very varied compared to the rest. But Triton. We had some people fill in like Fawn and Dampfear. Dampfear was really cool. Like it's like a vampire race. Shout out. Oh, they didn't leave their name. This person. X. They put X for their names. Well. X. That's kind of cool though, X. Yeah. But very, very varied in the guesses. Not so much in the classes. The class was pretty decided that they wanted to see Cleric Liam.
Yeah, no, and then obviously Cleric being the big winner there. Bard also up there. We got Druid, Barbarian. I want to know who put Rogue. The one person who guessed Rogue.
One person who guessed Rogue. Good call.
They've got a lot of hope. They've got a lot of hope for Liam to play a Rogue.
Let's find out who put Rogue.
I respect it though. I respect that guess so much.
They guessed Rogue Dwarf, and it was shout out to the Lonely DM, Chris.
Oh,
not to share your first name in case that's not what you do, but the Lonely DM. I know the Lonely DM. They hang out in Maya's stream every now and then.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry for revealing your first name.
Oh no. But Cleric actually does seem like a pretty good pick. There's a lot of angsty backstory stuff that Liam can do with a Cleric, so that's definitely up his alley. But also, it'd be cool to see him go the more like emo route with like a bard, like a punk rocker sort of deal that listens to like Blink-182 and all that stuff.
And I think for Cleric, because there was a lot of guesses, there wasn't as many. There was only 82. Guesses for subclass for Liam, but for Cleric, it was also pretty well spread out among the Cleric subclasses. I'm just doing some data analysis right now. Twilight was the clear winner, actually.
Ooh.
Twilight Cleric was the clear winner with 5.
I love Twilight Cleric.
Yeah.
It's so
5
cool.
out of the 22 guesses for Cleric were Twilight, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh wait, no, really cool. 6, because someone put Twilight Domain.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Dang. Look at that.
It's really cool.
I would like to see it. I just think it's just so interesting how these trends formed and how like a majority of the people do think Cleric or hope for Cleric. It's just so interesting how these guesses play out, and there is like a majority for some of these, and it's not like totally just all random. But you were saying that, specifically for like Taliesin and Sam, it is more like everywhere.
I'm struggling with those pie charts a bit because there's not enough colors.
We need to invent more colors. Get on it, everyone.
More colors specifically for Sam's pie chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. We need like a bullet shrimp who can see like way more colors than humans can. We need them in here to.
If you're a shrimp, you've got a good chance of understanding Sam's pie chart. No, it's fine. It's just it was very much like, although it does skew small, obviously, it skews to the smaller races, but at the same time, it's like, a lot of different options because it could be literally anything. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed going through the data and.
Oh, data is so interesting.
Data is interesting.
Oh man. So shout outs to Alana for putting this all together. She came up with the idea to do this guessing show. She put together all the pie charts, all this stuff. She organized the entire thing. I literally barely had any hand in this. So major shout out to Alana for putting this together.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you so much for doing that. This has been so interesting to see.
Yeah. It's been really cool, and it was a competition still. So if you did enter it, keep an eye out because once we know the answers, I'm gonna figure it out. Who won the day?
Who won?
Yeah.
Who the prophets are, who got a sneak peek at the script.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll do like a who got it 100% right and who got it very wrong.
Yep.
I won't.
Yeah. No, that'll be good. But yeah, there was all the competitions are closed. There was one for Twitter and there was one for Discord, and the winners will get a $100 gift card to their CR store. So yeah, that's my contribution to it. That's my sponsorship to the competition. I'm the bank. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's been really cool seeing all of the results come in, reading all the data. So I'm excited because we're 6 days away. So it's got to be within the next couple of days that we see something of the characters. I'm hoping we get silhouettes because that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait for character art.
I know. Oh! I can't wait for character. I can't wait for fan art of the characters. I can't wait for cosplays of the characters. I can't wait for...
I don't know what this is. Character introductions, like where they go
where they say their names, and then we see like their little plaque that shows up in the bottom left of the screen. The new set, maybe a new overlay, new music, new lighting, new mics, new... 6 days.
Oh my...
Oh! We're so close.
It's real. The hype is happening. Like I've been pretty chill because it's been so long, and I've been like, yeah, you know, next week, whatever. But now I'm like, oh my god, I'm so...
But just think, this is going to be a new animated intro? Oh my god, true.
Maybe, but did they say that? Is that?
I don't know, but maybe there could be. Oh my god! But then we also gotta think like this could be like the beginning of a new 3-year-long journey. 3 years. 3 years. I'm almost gonna be 30.
I'll be 30. Fuck you.
Oh my god! We're gonna have to start calling you Grandma Alana. That's what we're gonna have to start doing. I think I see Is that a gray hair?
Oh, don't even joke. Like, there's a lot. Like, I was
like, my kid.
Since I was 13, man.
Oh, gosh, but so soon. So soon. Oh, God. Oh, we got a lot. Okay, you won't be alone. We see, we got Erica that's going to be 30, and Jeff's going to be 30.
I'll be 30 next year. Oh, God, I'm just in the back.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. So soon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. We are here. We are here for it. You'll be in college. Yikes! I'm so old. Sue, you're okay, fetus.
You're in college.
Child. Go to your room. You're grounded. Actually, you're getting coal in your stocking. I'm excited. 6 more days. We're almost there. We are almost there. Oh god! It's really setting in. It's really starting to set in that it's so close.
Very exciting.
I don't know. I don't even. Exciting. God, I can't believe I have a concert to go to. So it's more 7 days for me because I won't be able to watch it till the morning after.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm not gonna sleep that night. I'm not sleeping that night. As soon as I get done from that concert, I'm watching it.
Critical Role. Yep. The sheet.
Don't even care.
You're gonna be wrecked that weekend.
I don't even care. I'll stock up on coffee and Red Bull. I'll put the Red Bull in the coffee, and it'll be great.
You'll boil the Red Bull in the kettle to make the water for the coffee.
Yeah, that's. I will be bouncing off of the walls in excitement, but also because I will be super caffeinated, and it's going to be great. Oh but anyways, we can only hype it up so much. Is there anything else? Any closing hype statements that we want to say? This is the last What the Sheet episode until we are talking about Campaign 3. The next time you see Alana and myself, we will be talking about Campaign 3.
It's like, it cuts to What the Sheet, episode 60.
60?
Like, episode 60 of What the Sheet, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
This is probably the last What the Sheet, guys. We're not gonna...
We're done. We're retiring. We hit our peak. But yeah, Stormy Boy says I'll be at the concert, like fist bumping, jamming out to the music, but in like my other hand I'll have my phone out, like watching the stream on my phone. Yeah. I can't even hear what they're saying, but I'm just watching it just to like feel like I'm there. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
I think chat is on the right track with theories and, you know, just general feel. Moon.
Yep.
Fun.
TPK, obviously, first episode.
Moon, Merriment, Marquette. That's the
Moon, Merriment, and Marquette. And Thera's Dune for good measure.
And Thera's Dune.
Gotta, in the background, just gotta have Mara's Dune. Yep.
Mara's Dune.
Moona-Dune. Moon. Oh, there we go. Now we're onto it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's gonna about wrap it up for this episode. Literally, oh my god. Literally, the next time you see us, Critical Role will have aired, and we'll be in it. We'll be in the thick of it. Oh my god, I can't even fathom. I am without fathom right now. Fathomless. Ooh. But yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for us here. Thank you all so much for tuning into our final hype stream before Critical Role airs. Thank you so much for those who hung out with us live, chatted with us, got to see that, you know, little sneak peek of the Liam O'Brien pie charts and all that fun stuff. It's really good. And thank you to everyone who's going to be watching this on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Anchor or Apple, which I think we're on Apple too, or you know, wherever else this podcast may find itself. Thank you all so much for supporting us and hanging out. And as always, don't forget to love each other, but most importantly, don't forget to love yourself. That is the most important thing you can do. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, drink some water, eat some food, get plenty of rest. Thank you for being here so much, and I'm happy that you continue to be here for us. Oh boy. All that being said, hope you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your morning, day, evening, wherever you may be on this glorious earth. And we'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Ooh.
Come on, Cleric.